Johnny Shades. The topic is, why do women blame men for everything? Good God. It's like women have magical powers to turn any mishap into a melodrama, like a soap opera, but with more dramatic finger pointing. It's like, damn, anything goes wrong, it's the man's fault. Good God, it ain't always about the guy. What about you, lady? Well, let's check out these videos.
Believe that you'll never meet a woman that takes the blame for a breakup. Of course, that ruffled some feathers with modern women because there's no accountability. And I want you guys to check out this video, which proves that modern women lack accountability. So watch this video.
So I was talking to a male friend of mine the other day, and he told me that women don't apologize and women can't be held accountable. And I began to really think deeply about this idea. And one of the things that came across my mind is, in the last 9 months or so of me being in my private practice, I have myself experienced many women, whether they came as a couple or they came by themselves, they very abruptly discontinued their therapy. And I started to reflect and really think, what was going on here? And I noticed that after I had to confront them about something, I had to bring to their attention something they were doing that wasn't contributing to the health of the relationship, they became very defensive and very, just very harsh, and they stopped coming. And even though the husband would continue to come, he made it very clear that, yeah, she won't apologize. She thinks you're wrong. She thinks you're taking my side. And I began to really reflect, like, oh my gosh, is it true that women don't apologize? Is it that women struggle with being held accountable?
So I made a video recently that you'll never meet a woman.
Damn, that's a damn shame. Women have no accountability. Damn. The guy, he kept going to his therapist. The minute the therapist is telling her to take some accountability, she doesn't want to take it. She has a problem with that. She acts like she's God. She could never do wrong. Like she didn't do nothing wrong. What the hell? I tell you, these women, I tell you. All right.
We gonna get into it why are there some women that blame men for everything? We gonna get into it in this video. Let's talk. There are women that have truly been hurt by men. Truly hurt by the male figures in their life. And because they've been hurt, they then said, okay, all men are bad because of my bad experiences. Because every man I've encountered has hurt me. And that's not fair. We can't speak in extremes for either gender. All women aren't bad, all men aren't bad. And society has normalized women blaming men. Saying men are trash, saying all men are this, all men are that. And that's wrong. Generalizing to a whole group of people because of your bad experiences. A lot of women have not truly healed from the trauma they've experienced and therefore continue to choose the same type of guys and then blaming men for it. Nah, sis, you gotta take accountability for your actions. You're choosing these men. The trauma may not have been your fault, but healing is your responsibility.
Big shout out to this lady right here. She spoke nothing but facts. That's what I'm talking about. They over there trying to blame men for everything. Man, there's some women that need some help. They need some mental help. They need to talk to a damn therapist. Get through all the trauma that they've been through in the past. Don't bring that shit on the new guy. Man, she's absolutely right. Okay, big shout out to you. Damn, you cute too. Okay, on to the next.
Wasn't the fucking one He wasn't the fucking one manipulating. He isn't a fucking narcissist. She, for God knows how long, has a track record of saying every single fucking man she's been with is manipulating her, gaslighting her, and is a narcissist. So you're telling me that out of all the millions of people in this world, she ends up finding all the men that are narcissists? Are you fucking delusional? He treated her right. He did everything right. He got the car, he got the kids, he gave her everything, he wiped his ass off, and when he came home to the most toxic fucking female in the world, and now, because she's turning everyone against him, he's the narcissist. Yet another one, a narcissist. Grow up, use your fucking head, and realize not every single fucking man's a narcissist.
Wow. Big shout out to this chick right here. I like her accent. What is she, Russian? I don't know what it is, but I love her accent. Man, okay. She's 100% right. You know what? I was married once. I divorced her ass because she was crazy. Everything that this lady was saying, that's exactly what my ex-wife was. I know what to look for in the lady now. I get it. Okay.
With women and how they nag because y'all like men, but it is exhausting. It's emotionally exhausting dealing with a woman who's highly neurotic, highly disagreeable. Everything bothers her. Nothing is ever good enough. She has a problem with every minuscule thing that pops up, and then she just exaggerates problems and issues to the point to where the only thing you want to do is get away from her. And that is a very real thing that a lot of men experience. I've dealt with it, and as I said, it's not intuitive when you deal with a woman after you've dealt with a woman like that and you move on to another woman. It's just heuristics. You already know, I've seen this before, I've seen this story before. This woman is going to be a headache, and that's essentially what we try to get away from. These women are migraines, and they create a lot of issues over the simplest things. You can't even communicate effectively with them because they're not willing to listen, they're not willing to understand, and they don't see the flaws in the things that they do wrong.
Dang, that guy's dead on. Like I said, just like the prior video. I dealt with a woman like that. She was a narcissist, but she flipped the script and blamed all the guys that she dated were narcissists. Yeah, that's what she did. She tried to flip the script and say that the guys are the problem, not her. No. She's the fucking problem. Man, he knows. I know. We know what to look for now. When we find a new girl, we know exactly what to look for. We know the red flags. We know the green flags. We know all the good stuff. We learn from it. That's what we do. We learn from it and we move on. It is what it is. There's a lot of toxic ass ladies out there. You just gotta look out for them. That's the danger zone right there. Good God. Alright, let's check out the next clip.
Blame men for their situations in life 24/7. If you have one of those friends that always calls you and is always complaining about men this, men that, and then they're also not doing anything with their lives, that's what I'm talking about. Women that complain about men doing this, that, and the third to her, but you never see her not dating, that's what I'm talking about. The women that complain about where they are in their lives, but they're still always dating, that's who I'm talking about. You can't blame men for where you are in your life. If you were just to focus on your own shit, right? You wouldn't have any time to even complain about men because you wouldn't even be dealing with men, okay? Women who are constantly in and out of relationships, women who are constantly on the dating apps complaining to you about their life and where they are the ones I'm talking about. Okay? If you're constantly getting phone calls from a girl that's in and out of relationships and then she keeps getting her heart broken, you're gonna get tired of hearing that shit. You're gonna get tired of hearing that shit because she's choosing to put all of her energy into dating instead of all of her energy into herself, okay? I don't like to deal with women like that because if every single time that I fucking call you, we're always talking about men, you're wasting my time. You're wasting my time. If you always wanna complain about men and you're not doing anything with your life that you should be doing, you're wasting my fucking time, okay? I've had many friends that do this when they're complaining to me about where they are in their life with their career, etc. And then I ask them, are you dating? And then they're like, yeah, well, there's this, Have you ever not done that and just fully focused on the thing that you want? Well, that's who I'm talking about, okay? Blaming your own suffering on men is weak. It is very weak. Nothing women empowerment about blaming men for your own life situations, okay? Women, at the bare minimum, women need to be focusing on their physical health, okay? Majority of women are not. 400,000 women are dying every single year in America. 400,000 women, okay? Because their health is not being taken seriously. That's what I think should be the biggest priority. If women aren't taking care of their bodies, then I don't want to hear about dating problems.
Big shout out to this chick right here. I like her. Everything she's saying makes a lot of sense. Women need to take care of themselves. Good God. 400,000 women be dying in America every year because they lack taking care of themselves? Good God. Hey, she's absolutely right. I mean, there's nothing more to say about that. Quit blaming men. Take care of yourself, ladies. She doesn't want to deal with a complainer. I don't want to deal with a complainer. Shit. All right.
sting, but most of the time it is not men. Ladies, this one's gonna sting, but most of the time it is not men ruining relationships. It is women sabotaging themselves. But first, let me explain. First is the victim mindset. If every argument turns into poor me, look what you did to me, you're not resolving the conflict, you're dodging accountability. Second, attention addiction. If you need outside validation, likes, stares, DMs to feel secure, you'll never be happy with the man that you're with. Third, lack of self-worth. If you drag your unhealed trauma into a relationship but refuse to face it and deal with it, you're making your partner pay for damage that they did not cause. These aren't just little habits, they are relationship killers. They destroy trust, create resentment, and eventually push away the man or woman you claim to love. And the hard truth, a lot of women would rather blame men than admit that they're guilty of these patterns. So before you say men are the problem, ask yourself, am I sabotaging my own relationship? Try to ask yourself that. If you're brave enough to admit that, you will change everything. If not, you're gonna repeat the same cycle. Drop your take in the comments. I know this one is gonna get a little heated. Ladies.
Hey, she's right. Let's be real. If men weren't around to mess things up, half the fun and blaming wouldn't exist. It's like a public service. These women are really damaged. They need psychological help. They need to see a therapist. Quit blaming men. It's not our fault. If things don't pan out for you, if things don't work out for you, ladies, you can't blame us. You need to look in the mirror. Look at yourself. It's you. That's the problem. You need to handle that shit, ladies, and quit blaming men. It ain't our fault. You had some bad relationships in the past that didn't pan out, and then you want to drag that bullshit to the new relationship? No. You wrong, lady. You need to get some help. You need to stop dating. It's as simple as that. Damn.
As women, we always blame the man for everything and we do not take accountability. It's time as women we take accountability for the things that we are doing wrong. It's time as women we take accountability for not listening. It's time as women we take accountability for not showing up in the ways that we said we would. Oftentimes as women,
yo, this lady's absolutely right. She's just keeping it 100 with the ladies. Take accountability, ladies. Don't be afraid of it. Don't run from it. Take the accountability. If you know you're wrong, you know you're wrong. You better own up to that shit. Man, that's all I gotta say about that.
Women, I didn't even know that was a thing. And I hate that term because it's thrown around so loosely, but I see is narcissistic women. I didn't even know that was a thing. And I hate that term because it's thrown around so loosely, but I see these women who are so inflated with themselves and how they blame men for everything. And I'm like, if you want a girlfriend, then get you a girlfriend. But you can't expect a man, he can't be the fault for everything. And I tell people too, if you go past just your relationships, a lot of women think, or people blame their problems and their anger on their past relationships. But if they just shimmy on back a little further to how they were raised and the environment they were raised in and their mother-father dynamic, they'll probably see where their trauma came from. It's usually not necessarily always your past relationship. You got to go back. You got to go back to like 1 to 7 or 1 to 11. And what did you observe during that time frame? What was your mom and your dad's dynamics or the people around you? That's how you learn to deal with relationships in the first place.
Yeah.
It ain't that man's fault. Like your mama taught you how to be this rah-rah honcho woman, and now you don't respect the man that's in your house. That's why your relationship is failing, not because of that man. I ain't saying every man is like the best man, but you got to go further back.
Wow, she's speaking a lot of sense. Man, like my ex, for example, she was a narcissistic woman. Very narcissistic. Blame me for all kinds of shit. I'm like, what the hell? What did I do now? It's a sickness. These type of women need help. They think the world all falls on the man. Like, it's just their fault. That's just how they think. That's their mentality. In their past experiences, they need help. They need to see a therapist. Man, it's like a dove factor. Why do women blame men? Because sometimes men just look like the prime suspects. Like when they leave the toilet seat up. Shocking. Huh. It doesn't matter what we do. We're going to be blamed for it. So guys, need to stay away from women like that. Look for those red flags. Does she argue and complain a lot in the beginning? This is like going for the first date. If you take that woman out on the first date, this is what you need to be looking for. Do they complain a lot? Are they very argumentative? Are they trying to tell you what to do? Shit like that. Are they trying to be controlling? That's a big red flag. You gotta stay away from that. It ain't gonna work out in the long run. I'm just saying. I've been there. Man. So, in conclusion, women, you need to take accountability for your actions and stop blaming men. It ain't always men's fault. It ain't our fault what happened to you in the past. We're not God. We can't control what you guys did in the past and what happened. I wish we could, but we don't have that superpower, ladies. We just don't. Take accountability for your actions. Seek some help. Seek a therapist. And then try to reconsider dating again. Because you guys are messing things up. You guys are coming off as evil witches. I'm just saying. That's what we see it as. Well, that's my take on this. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.